I sprinted across the iridescent surface of Erythra 7, each step sending a pulse of shimmering light rippling outward. Asterisk asterisk, never stop running asterisk asterisk. I reminded myself, the words a mantric tether against the panic clawing at my chest. Behind me, the metallic screech of the enforcers echoed. They were on me again, their glimmering exosuits reflecting the kaleidoscopic landscape, almost mocking my desperation. Faster, Lyra. The voice in my ear crackled, laced with static. It was Kai, my brother, my greatest ally, and right now, my lifeline. They're gaining, I see them. I gasped, dodging a jagged spire of crystalline entropy jutting out like an unmoving predator. My lungs burned, but I couldn't afford to think of that now. The stakes were too high. If the enforcers caught me, they'd drag me back to the vault, and this time, they wouldn't just erase my memories, they'd erase me. I could hear them behind me, their relentless pursuit unmistakable. I had made a choice that would either solidify my resolve or break me. Rebel against the system, I told myself. Don't let them silence you. But the constant threat of capture hung over me, an unsettling reminder of why I had become so desperate. As I veered left, the ground beneath me erupted into a cascade of glimmering shards. The particles danced like tiny stars in the atmosphere, scattering around me in a dizzying display. Erythra 7 was beautiful but treacherous, an alien oasis filled with wonders and horrors alike. The climate was volatile, shifting without notice, and it felt as though the very world was alive, watching, judging my every move. Head towards the ruins, Kai shouted, urgency sharpening his voice. They can't navigate the gravity wells out there. Run, I didn't need to be told twice. The ruins were a remnant of a forgotten civilization. Twisted statues of luminescent vines crawling over age-worn stone. I knew the terrain better than anyone else in our faction. But the enforcers were relentless, trained to handle any do-gooder who dared challenge the power of the corporation that ruled us all like the hand of a ruthless god. My heart raced as I stumbled into the crumbling shadows of the ruins, the light dimming as I entered the ancient structures. The chill of the place settled over me like a shroud. My instincts kicked in. I ducked behind a wall of stone, pressed myself close to its cool surface as if to absorb its strength. But I wasn't counting on the proximity to memories. There was danger here, yes, but there was also the faint, haunting echo of my past. My connection with the lost, those who tried to escape the system like I did, suddenly pulsed within me like the beat of a forgotten heart. They had never truly been lost. They became whispers, legends of defiance. Walls whispered back then, speaking of the rituals of the lost, how they harnessed remnants of ancient technology, how they wielded it against the enslavement of the corporates. They were weak in numbers, but strong in cunning. I could take a page from their story, but was I ready? Lyra? Kai's voice jolted me from my thoughts. In or out? They won't stop forever. I nodded, though I wasn't sure he could see me. I'm going deeper. The words tumbled out before I could think them through. Fear spiked my adrenaline, pushing me to press on despite the uncertainty. I had come too far, risked too much to turn back now. My focus narrowed, pushing out doubts and fears about what lay ahead. I crawled through the labyrinth of crumbling structures, searching for the entrance to one of the oldest chambers rumored to be untouched by the corporates. It should be here somewhere, a way to tap into the power of the past. It had to be. Suddenly, the distant roar of engines grew nearer. My escape route was closing fast. Rock creaked ominously behind me, and I turned, heart pounding. I had no illusions now. They were tracking me through the fractured memories of the ruins, the very remnants that had once cradled hope. Beneath the chill of dread brewing in my stomach, something deep within sparked with purpose. I pressed onward, praying that hidden secrets awaited me at the end of this path, as whispers of the lost filled my thoughts, how they had unearthed truths that led to unimagined power. Then I saw it, an entrance half, hidden by overgrown vines of phosphorescent green, glowing softly like it was calling to me. My pulse quickened. Inscribed runes lined the threshold, filled with the language of ancients. And in that moment, I made the choice that would alter everything. To step toward the unknown, to embrace the broken past and, through it, find my strength, the strength that the world had always tried to deny me. With one last glance back at the growing shadows of the enforcers, I plunged into the darkness beyond, ready to become something the world had never anticipated. The weakest among them would learn to rise. The chamber beyond the entrance swallowed me whole. I stumbled into a dimly lit expanse, illuminated by spiraling shafts of emerald light that refracted through crystalline walls. Ancient technology lay strewn about, shards of machinery buried beneath a blanket of moss and time, relics of a civilization that had harnessed power far beyond what the corporates could imagine. My heart raced as I took it all in. This was no ordinary ruin. This was a vault of secrets, one that could change everything. For a moment I stood frozen, a canvas of awe painted on my features. Asterisk, how had I never discovered this before? Asterisk, the lost had whispered about hidden chambers, but I had always thought them worn tales. Now, standing amidst the remnants of their rebellion, I was reminded of why I had joined the fight. I couldn't allow more people like me to be swallowed by the depths of obligation and control. Lyra, what is happening in there? Kai's voice broke the silence, pulling me back into the moment. Well, are you safe? Well, I pressed a finger to my ear. I'm okay, I think. There's so much here, Kai. You have to see this. Can you stop geeking out for 2 seconds and focus on the imminent destruction? I had to smile at his concern, though my eyes were scanning every corner, taking in the details. A pride I hadn't known was swelling in my chest. Right. I'm surrounded by enchanted walls and the promise of resurgence. What do we do next? Find something we can use, figure out what's worth taking back. Before I could reply, a noise reached my ears, a low rumble that jolted my focus. It felt like the pulse of the chamber itself, thrumming beneath my feet. I turned, and the crystals pulsed rhythmically, soaking the air with an otherworldly glow, as if inviting me deeper into their embrace. With Kai's urging echoing in my mind, I walked deeper into the ruins, fingers brushing the surfaces of the strange devices that surrounded me. One machine, larger than the rest, loomed ahead, a crystal, pulsing interface with circuitry etched in flickering light. My heart quickened. This must be the heart of the Lost's power, the source of their resurgence. Lyra, I think they're getting closer, Kai warned, urgency cutting through. We need to get out of there now. I just need a second, I replied, my voice barely above a whisper as I stepped closer to the enormous structure. The world around me blurred. Cascades of blues and greens swirled, grounding me in the present even as my mind raced with possibilities. I lifted my hand, hesitant yet determined. What if this machine could offer us something to combat the corporates, the key to fight for the kind of world we dreamed of? The moment my fingers made contact, a surge gripped me, the energy coursing through the room igniting. Shapes and symbols whirled before my eyes, flooding my mind with images of battles fought long ago. Ideals clashing against power, dreams against reality. My body trembled as memories not my own flooded in. I glimpsed the faces of the lost, their eyes burning with passion. Leaders who had dared to rise in defiance were buried beneath the weight of time. But just as suddenly as the flood of visions began, it stopped. The energy cracked and pulsed, and I stumbled back, panting. Kai, I sensed something powerful. Lyra, come on, he urged, now frantic. I could hear the heavy thuds of boots against the ground, the relentless enforcers closing in. You need to. A crash interrupted him as the entrance burst open, shattering the soft, phosphorescent glow. Several enforcers surged into the room, their chrome suits reflecting the chaos, weapons drawn and eyes narrowed with malice. Asterisk, stop. Asterisk, one of them commanded, his voice heavy with authority. You're under arrest for illegal exploration. Panic tightened within me. We were trapped, and with the data in my mind still swirling like chaotic flames, I suddenly felt the weight of our mission pressed down on me like never before. Asterisk asterisk, would my discovery lead to our annihilation or our salvation? Asterisk asterisk, before my stunned brain could respond, an undeniable urge arose in me to fight. I leaped toward the crystal interface, hands braced against its surface. Kai, get ready. I'm always ready, he shot back. Just as the enforcers advanced, I called upon the energy resonating from my interaction with the machine. Show me, I whispered, unearthing the confidence seated in the visions of the lost. The chamber exploded with light, more vibrant and chaotic than I had ever felt, channels of energy dancing between the enforcers and me. The systems collapsing. Now's our chance, Kai yelled, edging backward to guide our escape. In that moment, I understood. This machine wasn't a weapon, but a conduit of potential, a bridge between past and future. Together, we sprinted into the labyrinth that had before felt treacherous. The chamber heaved behind us, the power of the lost shaking the air like a storm. Each step echoed a deeper truth. Resistance thrummed through the walls, alive and understanding. Asterisk asterisk, we had allies, not just in the lost, but in whatever pulsed within Erythra 7 core. Asterisk asterisk, as we finally breached an exit, I glanced back toward the chaos. Light intertwined with shadow, the enforcers wincing against the power that roared behind us. And just as we broke free into the open air, I heard an unmistakable sound, one that sent a thrill through my veins. The machine from my visions was humming. Lyra, Kai shouted, clearly winded. We can't stop now, we need a plan. I nodded, exhilaration pumping through me. I could see the ruins shifting as the energy spat pulses of light, rays that dimmed even as my resolve sharpened. I had glimpsed fragments of unity among the lost, and while I had walked in the shadows before, I had truly taken my first steps into the light. We don't have all the answers yet, I replied, catching my breath, urgency propelling me forward, but we have a story to tell. The lost have power, and we now have the key. We'll gather everyone, we'll prepare them. My words could barely keep pace with the shifting landscape of thoughts swirling in my mind, but within my heart burned a singular purpose. The cycle must end. As we bounded away from the ruins, I dared to dream of uniting the rebels, finding strength in our shared history, and igniting a resurgence that this world desperately needed. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but beneath the scars of the past, resilience flickered like the heartbeat of the earth. Asterisk asterisk, wasn't that how legends began? Asterisk asterisk, as we traversed the shimmering expanse of Erythra 7 under the shifting hues of its surreal skies, every hurried step carried the weight of promise and peril. The adrenaline began to simmer, but the echoes of our escape reverberated in my mind as I recalled the power I had sensed in the ruins. Asterisk asterisk, we were on the precipice of something monumental. Asterisk asterisk, and I could feel it thrumming in my bones. Lyra, we need to find the rest of our group, Kai urged, breaking me from my reverie. It's imperative to inform them about what we discovered and how we can finally tip the scales against the corporates. I nodded, my mind whirling with images of the lost, the whispers of rebellion I had felt flow through me, a tempest that was now inseparable from my own heartbeat. You're right. We need to gather everyone before the enforcers regroup. Our faction, dubbed asterisk asterisk, the Spark asterisk asterisk, had dwindled in number in recent months. Pressure from the corporates intensified, their iron grip crushing the will of many who had once dared to fight. I had lost friends, allies, and even some family, their lives swallowed by darkness, hunted and silenced. But now, a flicker of hope ignited within me as I grasped the remnants of the ancient secrets I had touched. As we pressed on, shadows rippling at the borders of our path, I let visions of the people I had come to trust guide my footsteps. Asterisk asterisk, I would save them. Asterisk asterisk. Hours later, we found safe haven in a secluded grove of shifting bioluminescent trees, a secret meeting spot known to few and hidden from corporate surveillance. As we stepped beneath the thick canopy, warmth enveloped us like an old embrace. The air crackled with energy, the trees humming in rhythmic resonance, as though responding to the pulsating heart of Erythra 7 itself. Inside the grove, I spotted familiar faces. Marcus, his tall frame stooped in concentration as he charted the star crystals that had become our lifeline. Zuri, with her sharp features illuminated by the verdant glow, strategizing the next steps, and Ilara, whose fiery spirit had always been an unyielding flame against the darkness. The sight of them twisted the anticipation in my gut, pulling at my heartstrings. Ilara's voice sliced through the heavy air as she rushed to embrace me. "You're back. We were starting to think we hardly have time for that," Kai interjected, his urgency bubbling beneath every word. "The enforcers are after us. We need to act swiftly." A tense silence fell over the group, shock mingling with worry. "What happened out there?" Marcus asked, eyes searching mine for answers I wasn't sure how to articulate. "We found something powerful." I took a deep breath, assembling the jumbled pieces of my mind. There's a lost energy source within the ruins that the corporates never accessed. It's tied to the heart of the lost. They thrived on this power, using it against the same tyranny we face today. "But how do we bring that power back?" Zuri questioned, brow furrowed. "We can't just walk into their facilities with our bare hands." "I may have an idea," I replied, the knowledge gleaned from the chamber scuttling back into focus. "The machines resonate with the energy of the ruins, capable of awakening ancient technology that was hidden the day the corporates took control. If we can harness just a fraction of that power," I hesitated, weighing my words, "we could have a chance to disrupt their stronghold." Silence stretched then, tightly wound with anticipation. "What's the plan?" Ilara asked, her voice a husky whisper intertwined with excitement. I spent the next hour sketching out a plan, piecing together truths and shortcuts I had felt pulse through me. The tether between the ruins and our fight wasn't merely a conduit. It was a unifying force that could empower those willing to break free from the chains of oppression. The air thickened with purpose, tangible like the electrifying energy that surged around us. Days turned into weeks as we synchronized our movements and spread our message across the fringes of Erythra 7. Gathering remnants from all factions of resistance, we came alive in our shared vision. Allies emerged where I expected none, rebels armed with furious conviction, the medics of antiquity protecting the wounded, and the downtrodden who had once cowered under corporate control now stood tall, energized by whispers of hope. But as our numbers grew, so did the shadow of uncertainty. The corporates couldn't remain oblivious for long. In whispers among the campfire, doubts about our feasibility flared. Would we garner strength enough to disturb the status quo? Could our disparate factions hold? Tension gripped me as I navigated through the growing tide of emotions. Connections began to fray under the pressure. One evening, under the silvered light of Erythra 7 twin moons, I overheard Marcus and Ilara arguing near the overturned remnants of an ancient vehicle we had repurposed. Their voices bled into the quiet night. Marcus's uncertainty clashed with Ilara's relentless fervor. "I just don't think this will work, Ilara." Marcus's voice was edged with frustration. "What if we expose ourselves too soon? Our chances of survival will dissolve. And what? We wait on the sidelines while the corporates tighten their grip." Ilara shot back, her fire unmistakable. "We've waited too long already. This is our best chance." I stood silently in the shadows, wrestling with the urge to intervene. Their conflict was a mirror reflection of the storm brewing within me. Just hours before, I had felt the resonance of the ruins, the energy shimmering in the air around me, calling out with possibilities. Yet doubt flared into destructive flames inside my heart. Would that power surge within us, or would it take us all to the brink of ruin? Suddenly, Zuri strode in, concern evident on her face. "Guys, this squabbling isn't helping." She turned to me, a silent question lingering in her gaze. "Ilara, what do you think?" Their eyes, those imprints of people who had depended on me, made the weight of my words feel impossible to bear. "It's true. We can't afford to split ourselves apart," I said at last, forcing steadiness into my tone. but we also can't rush into the abyss without a plan. As the words left my lips, clarity cut through my uncertainty. We'll synchronize with the energies of the ruins and gather supplies, but we do so strategically. We create pathways, routes through which we can redirect their attention. Rally the support with the other factions while we quietly implement our strategy. Trust in the knowledge we've gathered from the lost. What felt impossible moments prior now settled into a late, familiar rhythm. One by one, their expressions shifted from conflict to quiet determination. Are we really doing this? Ilara's voice softened, imbued with the hint of resolve. Then let's draw them out, bring them down into the light along with us. As we embarked on our synchronized plan, we carefully wove through the intricate patterns of Erythra 7, gradually establishing connections with allied factions along our way. I told stories of loss and courage, tales that burned away the remnants of despair. A stronger resolve took root, flaring to life, gripping the very essence of our mission. But I could feel a darkness lurking close behind, an ominous shadow looming in the distance. Whispers emanated from the heart of the corporates, spreading networks of spies they had planted to snuff out the flickering flame of our rebellion. Every successful alliance intensified their focus on us, tightening the noose around our burgeoning cord of energy. The night breeze carried the scent of rain, and as the storm clouds gathered, I felt the somber weight of recognition within me. A moment of clarity amid tumultuous waters had arrived. If I had found light within the ruins, then the fight for survival demanded that I harness it, not just for myself, but for every rebel who had dared to defy the darkness surrounding our world. But would we rise or fall when the storm broke? As we took to the vibrant, unknown roads leading to the heart of the corporates, every step rang with uncertainty. Beneath the vast skies of Erythra 7, stars watched, cloaked in luminous veils, their glow mirrored in our eyes. Surrounded by shadows both familiar and foreign, I knew that uncovering the truths beneath our feet held the key to shaping the world ahead. Amid the swelling tides of doubt and suspicion, I pressed forward, tethered by faith in the fierce spirits rising beside me. Erythra 7 held secrets within its depths, mysteries linking our fates together. As the pulse of ancient power thrummed around us, we prepared not just to resist, but to transcend, to seize the control we all craved. It was then that I realized the night may be dark, but light resided within the unity of our spirits. The true revolution had awakened. We had to embrace it, for only together could we forge a tomorrow where the echoes of faith reverberated louder than the shadows of fear. With the air thickening around us, the ground seemed to hum underfoot as we approached the stronghold of the corporation, a monolith of steel and glass towering against the vibrant night sky. Its formidable structure loomed ahead, casting a shadow over the land that felt as oppressive as the corporate's relentless rule. The whispers of our assembled allies seemed to dissipate into the charged atmosphere, replaced by the pulse of determination that now coursed through my veins. We were not merely a crowd of desperate rebels anymore. We were a tempest ready to strike. This is it, I murmured, my voice barely audible over the rustling leaves of the bioluminescent trees flanking our approach. The full weight of our plan fell upon me. While the others had gathered to agree on our mission, I had still felt the hesitation clinging to me, an echo of doubt and fear of the unknown. Kai stepped closer, his eyes gleaming with resolve. Remember what we found in the ruins. We have the key to unhinge their grip. It's time to stand united, not just as the spark, but as the collective will of everyone who refuses to be silenced. And we won't just stand against them. Ilara added, a fierce light igniting in her gaze. We'll dismantle their control and reclaim what's ours. Her words solidified our purpose, knitting together the threads of determination. All around, the rebels adjusted their grips on makeshift weapons, eyes shining with a mixture of fear and fierce hope. We're going in. I announced, steeling my resolve. Will create the diversion first. Kai and I will head for the mainframe. That's where we can access their network and harness its power. Asterisk asterisk, the rest of you need to keep the enforcers engaged. Draw them away from us. A collective nod passed through our ranks, something palpable weaving itself around us, an invisible tether coiling tightly with each decision we made. The path ahead was hidden beneath a veil of night as we neared the entrance. Asterisk asterisk, it was time to turn their fortress against them. Asterisk asterisk, with a quick glance, I gauged the camaraderie in our appointed front line. Remember, we don't fight just for ourselves, but for every soul that has been crushed. If we believe enough to rise together, we will succeed. As we split into our factions, I felt my heart pounding in tandem with the echoes of our cries for change. That night, we weren't just rebels, we were a force, the remnants of the lost igniting new hopes against the grips of fear. Asterisk asterisk, we charged forward. Asterisk asterisk, the air was electric, saturated with the tension of impending conflict. As Kai and I crept closer to the stronghold's entrance, the crown jewel of corporate dominance, momentary flashes of doubt flickered through my mind. This place had been a prison for our kind, a battleground for the souls burnt out by despair. But beneath all of that darkness, I could still sense the tremors of the ancient power we had unearthed, just waiting to be harnessed. Asterisk asterisk, stay sharp, asterisk asterisk, Kai whispered, breaking my train of thought. Asterisk asterisk, we're almost there. Asterisk asterisk, we skirted the edges of the structure, moving swiftly revealed by the minimal shifts in illumination. Sentries patrolled the perimeter, flicking beams of light across the ground. With quick precision, we slipped into the shadows, our hearts racing in sync with the staccato beats of our advancements. As we found a narrow entry point concealed beneath a metallic access hatch, I turned to Kai, whose eyes met mine with unyielding determination. We can't fail now. The lives we've lost can't be in vain. Asterisk asterisk, then let's finish what they started. Asterisk asterisk, he replied, his voice a murmur laced with fire. We nodded at one another, and with careful motion, we slipped inside. The inside of the stronghold was a far cry from the beauty of Erythry. 7 harsh fluorescent lights flickered above us, casting long shadows down cold, metallic corridors. The low hum of machine operations pulsed around us, a constant reminder that we had entered the heart of darkness. I felt the machine's resonance deep within, seeping into my consciousness, and with every breath I took, it echoed louder, beckoning me. Our first priority was to reach the main terminal, a cavernous room filled with screens cascading trails of data. The enforcers wouldn't be far behind us, and the clock was ticking. I clenched my fists, summoning every ounce of hope, but a knot tightened in my gut as we moved deeper through the maze-like structure. Asterisk asterisk, just up ahead. Almost there, asterisk asterisk, Kai urged, peering around the corner. I'm reading the access grid. We'll be able to link into the system from there. Once we're plugged in, we can use their own tech against them. I nodded, but my thoughts drifted to the others, the team we had left behind to stall the enraged tide of enforcers. My heart ached for them, a pulsing vein of empathy mixing with determination. Their fight would give us the advantage we needed. Suddenly, the blaring of an alarm shattered the silence. Red lights flickered to life, bathing us in an ominous scarlet glow. My chest tightened, the air thickening with the weight of impending doom. Asterisk asterisk, they've found us. Asterisk asterisk, I exclaimed. Asterisk asterisk, move it. Asterisk asterisk, Kai urged, sprinting toward the terminal. We need to act fast. With adrenaline coursing through our veins, we dashed to the terminal's sleek surface. Kai set to work, his fingers dancing across the interface as the machines whirred in protest. I stood guard, prepared for an ambush. Our surroundings filled with the rising sounds of boots and voices echoing ominously. Asterisk asterisk, come on, come on. Asterisk asterisk, Kai muttered, beads of sweat pooling on his brow as he concentrated. The seconds stretched like an eternity, anxiety coiling within me, as we prepared for the confrontation we knew was inevitable. The electrical hum around us intensified, a foreboding hint that we were on the verge of something monumental. Then, with a triumphant beep, the mainframe activated, screens flashing to life. "I'm in," Kai shouted, exhilaration mingled with urgency. Asterisk asterisk, what do you see? Asterisk asterisk, I asked, heart racing with a heady mix of fear and hope. Asterisk asterisk, it's all here asterisk asterisk. His fingers flew over the interface. A myriad of data streams cascaded around us. Images of the corporation's oppressive tactics played across the screens, everything from the unjust incarceration of rebels to the exploitation of our world's resources. Asterisk asterisk, we can expose them. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk, we have to make this public. We need to show everyone the truth. Asterisk asterisk asterisk, I said, but my voice quivered laced with trepidation. What if we can't get the signal out? Kai turned to me, eyes ignited with the fire of resolve. If we're able to manipulate their network, we can send out a broadcast across every device down to the very heart of Erythra 7. They'll have no choice but to face our truth. The feeble flicker of hope ignited within me. Then let's do it, I said firmly. As Kai's fingers flew over the console, executing commands with deft agility, the screens magnified a world of nightmarish realities. Living pain transformed into vengeance simmered beneath our skin as the body of our rebellion stirred in anticipation. But just as the air grew heavy with promise, the door flung open, an armored unit spilling into the room, weapons drawn. A hulking enforcer stepped forward, eyes daggers locked onto us. Asterisk asterisk, end of the line, rebels. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk now. Asterisk asterisk, I screamed, adrenaline surging as the conflict erupted around us. Chaos ensued as Kai and I ducked behind the terminal for cover, exchanging a glance filled with urgency and shared resolve. Through the hail of blaster fire, we fired back, our combined efforts harmonizing like a symphony of rebellion. The taste of conflict painted everything in sharp strokes as my surroundings distorted into a primal blur. Asterisk asterisk, just keep the mainframe up. Asterisk asterisk, Kai shouted, recalibrating the controls even as blaster fire crackled around us. Asterisk asterisk, we need to draw them away, give you time. Asterisk asterisk, I replied, gritting my teeth. Drawing a breath, I surged out from behind the terminal, dodging shots aimed in our direction, heart pounding like a war drum. I had never been one to cower in fear. If this was to be our last stand, we would meet it head on together. Asterisk asterisk, out of the way, you rabid mutts. Asterisk asterisk, I yelled as I released a barrage of makeshift weaponry salvaged from the ruins of their technology, debris flying as explosions rang in response. More enforcers stormed in from behind, cutting off our escape route. We had to hold our ground. I could feel the weight of imminent failure pushing down on me, and my pulse hammered in sync with the chaos. Asterisk asterisk, status report. Asterisk asterisk, I fired the exclamation over my shoulder at Kai while focusing on the shielding of our retreat. Asterisk asterisk, almost there. Just give me a few more seconds. Asterisk asterisk, he concentrated, breathless amidst the tumult. Like a weightless tide crashing against stone, I pressed forward, unwilling to falter, unwilling to let this be the end. With sheer determination, igniting every muscle in my body, I wove through the incoming chaos before Kai, my movements becoming instinctual as I flipped a control panel lid open, activating the defenses enshrined within. A shield of shimmering energy flickered to life, absorbing the incoming blaster fire. The enforcers hesitated, as if the prospect of being thwarted sent waves of uncertainty rippling among them. Asterisk asterisk now, Kai, asterisk asterisk. I implored, strength surging through me. The asterisk asterisk broadcast initiated. Asterisk asterisk. He yelled above the rumble of chaos that surrounded us. My heart surged with hope, thrusting energy into our resistance. Get ready, I shouted, pulling together the remnants of my courage. At that moment, the air crackled with electric promise as Kai pressed the final key, unleashing a messenger signal that surged through the network. Data streamed, faceless eyes blinking across luminous screens. A dark truth unveiled in the resounding echoes of the corporation's transgressions against the resilient heart of Erythra 7. Asterisk asterisk, it's working. Asterisk asterisk, Kai cheered, adrenaline overtaking the tension of the moment. The network's responding, out across every screen, they're seeing it all. As the enforcers struggled against our united force, the might of the lost swept through our defenses. The world would finally bear witness to the oppression that had long gone unchallenged. But just as victory seemed within grasp, a thick silence fell. My heart raced as I turned to peer at the chaotic scene outside the flickering screens. Bodies began to rally beyond the stronghold walls, our chants echoing as messages surged forth, others joining our charge from every corner of Erythra 7, awakening the spirit of unity we had ignited. Asterisk asterisk Lyra, asterisk asterisk Kai exclaimed, halting my thoughts. They're preparing to send in a reinforcement squad. A bolt of trepidation pierced through my exhilaration. What do we do now? I pressed, urgency cranking up miles. Asterisk asterisk, we hold the line, you take them head on. Asterisk asterisk, we can't let them shut this down, he urged, breathing labored but face alight with firelight. The weight of reality crashed upon me. If we lost this moment, the truth we had exposed would flicker out like a dying ember. My resolve solidified, each beat of my heart pounding forth an anthem of courage that surged beneath the grip of uncertainty. Asterisk asterisk together. Asterisk asterisk, I called, drawing upon the strength of all those that had believed in our vision as we stood shoulder to shoulder. Asterisk asterisk, fight as one, ignite the power of the lost. Asterisk asterisk, as I surged into the fray, the echoes of ancient spirits guiding my steps, the vibrant energy coursed anew through the air around us. A symphony of strength rising against the walls of injustice. We were shadows turning to light. The battle descended into cacophony as energy surged around us like a raging tempest, bodies colliding in an unyielding rhythm of rebellion. With every blow traded, each fire, lit breath became a testimony of all we had gained and all we had lost. I fought alongside my allies, the pulse of community fueling every determined blow we traded against our oppressors. Stay with me, I roared, rallying those by my side as I danced through the turmoil, weaving energy as bright as stars spilled across Erythra 7. Asterisk asterisk, look out. Asterisk asterisk, a voice alerted me, and I turned just in time to deflect an incoming strike from an enforcer. The clash sent a surge of energy skimming up my arm as I countered, adrenaline pushing me forward. All around, the core of our unity thrived, rebels rallying together. A tide of insurgents breaking down the wall that separated us from freedom. And yet, amid the eruption of conflict, two memories glimmered through the chaos, the faces of those we had lost layering themselves in my mind as my resolve deepened. Each echoed cry screamed louder than the fear that had assailed me. With the truth finally flowing through the stronghold's systems, it was time to leverage everything I had felt in the ruins. For the first time, our chance to roar with collective voice pushed tears to spill from the corners of my eyes. In the heart of the storm, surrounded by chaos, I could still hear it, the pull of the machine's resonance visible beneath the shell of the tower, waiting to sprinkle its power upon the battalion of rebels rising together. Asterisk asterisk together. Asterisk asterisk, I screamed once more, the fervor of our shared intent echoing like a vessel unanchored from the void. With one powerful exhale, I tapped deep into the language of the machines, a connection jostling in unison with the pull of a forgotten hand, as light erupted in effulgence all around us. Asterisk asterisk for every soul lost. Asterisk asterisk, I screamed into the overwhelming chaos, power surging through me as we charged into the waves of enforcers, a tide of solidarity crashing against their defenses. The light burst forth as the chamber around me filled with the power hidden within the depths of Erythra 7, the core of the machine awakening in a brilliant surge. Streams of energy brimmed and converged into a radiant force, illuminating the night. Asterisk asterisk now, push them back. Asterisk asterisk, Kai urged, holding fast to my side as the pulse of unified strength circled through us. Walls trembled, machines hummed, and a cascading wave rippled through the air, casting our wishes into the incalculable expanse of tomorrow. In an exhilarating rush, I felt at the empowerment of every soul rising around me. Each lost flame reignited in their hearts as they surged forward with an urge for vindication. Together, we became a tempest of ill-forged destinies colliding with the fires of our rebellion's inception. The enforcers faltered against the onslaught of glowing conviction, their thin veneer of authority crumbling as they struggled to meet the unrelenting wave of our spirit, their presence dimming beneath the tide of truth. Asterisk push, asterisk, I shouted as sleeves of illumination roiled and cut through the air, inching into the open holes outside. The cries of our people echoed like rolling thunder as the screens across the base flooded with the revelations I had unleashed. The truth blossoming unchecked, a beacon for every soul who longed for liberation. And just as we surged forward, emboldened by the radiant energy enveloping us, the tide of darkness receded, the enforcers swept aside. Victory seemed tantalizingly close, but then I felt the quivering ground beneath me shift, a warning tremor echoing through our ranks. In that moment of triumph, chaos burrowed its claws back into the scene like an unrelenting vice. The signals I had tapped into began to hesitate, overloading beneath the barrage of conflicting energies as the presence of an even greater darkness welled from the depths of the corporate heart. Asterisk, what's happening? Asterisk, Kai shouted, grasping the sides of the terminal as tremors rocked us. It shouldn't be doing this. Asterisk, it's overloading. Asterisk, I exclaimed, panic washing over me as flashes of light burst around us. More enforcers flooded in. A new fear gripped me. Asterisk, we need to shut it down. We can't let them harness this energy. Asterisk, Lyra. Go, as long as it's connected to us, we still have control. We can reclaim this for the lost. Asterisk, he steadied, gaze locked with mine, fiercer than before. In that moment I could almost hear the voice of the lost whispering the histories they had once held. The potential of resurrection, the dreams that had once thrummed through their hearts carried into the fight. Moved resolutely, I found myself overwhelmed at the very idea. Strength born from sacrifice, hope birthed from despair. To rise from the ashes to embrace freedom. Asterisk, we're not finished yet. Asterisk, I declared fiercely, determination sparking within me. As the darkened forces of the corporation coiled closer, a swell of power surged beyond the threshold, the pulse of ancient knowledge, a defiant force rising through every crevice, every beat. Asterisk, hold tight. Asterisk, I screamed, beckoning the essence of the ruins to weave around us, guiding my will. As we plunged deeper into our purpose, pushing against the overwhelming tide, light poured forth, crackling with energy. A communication of shared strength reaching beyond individual limits. Asterisk, for the lost, for Erythra 7. Asterisk, a fierce battle cry burst forth, echoed by those raging beside me as our unified purpose resonated like waves breaking free from bond. In that singular moment, as the realm transcended into chaos, I felt the machine quake beneath us. A shift igniting old truths hidden for far too long. Every shattered barrier, every flicker of light and sound converging reflected the world we had dreamt of, the liberation we longed to reclaim. It felt as if history laid its hand upon our shoulders, guiding our endeavors across the pitted terrain of hardship toward the kindling hope of the dawn. Light burst beyond the confines of the stronghold, pouring forth shredding darkness, illuminating the sky like a beacon of domestic promise. And together, we were born on that energy, surging forth as the people's resolve ignited a storm, chasing shadows clinging to corners of despair, transforming the silhouette of collective fight into something magnanimous, the chorus of unity, unbroken and fierce. Asterisk, this is our time, Lyra. Asterisk, Kai urged, charging at the forefront as the wind whipped strands of hair aside. Together, we finish this, I shouted, plunging past the cusp of shadows that threatened to swallow our dreams whole. As I moved, I could feel the echoes of ancient energy sparking through me. And yet, the storm brewed strong behind, remnants of the corporates colliding with the embers of defiance to the bitter end. But we had fought for the dawn, grasping the remnants of fate in our hands. With a newfound sense surging through me, my spirit bound to the whispers of the lost, I embraced the freedom prodded against the grasp of darkness. Together, we'd rise. As blinding light engulfed the darkness, visions of Erythra 7 flashed bright before me, the remnant of struggle paving the path beneath us. A winding trail pulsating toward a future steeped in learning from the past. My breath caught in my throat. We were more than individuals. We were flames of rebellion woven through the tapestry of reverberating histories. Asterisk, asterisk, and together we would reclaim the night. Asterisk, asterisk, the dawn broke, spilling across Erythra 7 like a cascade of molten gold, illuminating the desolated landscapes that served as both a battlefield and a sanctuary. My lungs filled with the crisp air of the new day, and I could feel the weight of our victories monumental yet fragile hanging over us, shimmering in the gentle light. The voices of my comrades echoed softly around me as we gathered in the clearing where we had made our stand. The aftermath of the conflict lay strewn about. The remnants of corporate tech, abandoned armor-clad enforcers, and the flickering screens that bore witness to our last stand against oppression. While we had fought fiercely together, a storm of uncertainty still bristled in the air, blending with the hope that had swelled within our hearts. "Lyra, you okay?" Kai asked, breaking through the reverie, his brow furrowed with concern. "You seemed lost." I nodded but didn't speak. The adrenaline of our fight had faded, leaving behind an emptiness that mirrored the hollowness within the stronghold after our epic stand. While the screens had shown our truths to the world, they were but shadows of the lives sacrificed in the struggle. "I'm just trying to process," I finally said, my voice thin, almost breaking. "We've just won the fight, but the war is far from over." Kai's gaze softened as he placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder. "You did the unthinkable, Lyra. We turned the tide, but you're right. The real work has just begun. We need to solidify our next steps, or risk losing everything." I drew in a breath, seeking clarity. "We need a plan to push forward. Our goal is to unite the factions, show them that the power of the lost isn't just a myth." But the stark reminder of what lay ahead mirrored itself in the glimmers of sunlight filtering through the shifting leaves, illuminating the spirits of those who had risen against oppression. Our fight was only just beginning. "Everyone," I called out, summoning the attention of my allies. They began to gather, weary but alive, the fires of rebellion flickering brightly within them. What we accomplished yesterday was unprecedented, but our path forward requires all of us to move as one. We need to unite Erythra 7 beneath our cause if we ever hope to break free from corporate control. The crowd murmured softly, glances exchanged filled with both fear and budding determination. Ilara stepped forward, her voice resolute. "Gather the remaining factions. We'll create a council, one that animates the spirits of the lost. We need to build bridges between those who have fought alone for too long." A ripple of agreement surged through the gathering. One by one, comrades emerged, fierce conviction hardening in their eyes. The vision began to shape, a movement blossoming out of fragile embers of rebellion, fanned by whispers of the lost. In the coming days, we will fan out across Erythra 7, share the truth about the corporates, show them what we saw. "We bring everyone to the council, the lost souls who fight injustice at every corner," Zuri added, her voice unwavering. "Together, we'll forge an alliance stronger than anything they've faced before." And so it began. We splintered into groups, each carrying the message of defiance like sacred flames, seeking out those prepared to rise against the tide of oppression. With every faction woven into our growing tapestry of resistance, shards of the lost's history covered in layers of dust began to echo anew. Days turned into weeks, and soon we were in the midst of our movement's renaissance. Each gathering filled with people who had once felt solitary in their fight against an impenetrable regime. They were full of passion, vibrancy, and unquenchable strength. They came forth with stories of their own struggles, voices lost in anguish, yearning for the chance to join hands and march forward. The council convened regularly beneath the bioluminescent trees that had witnessed the wavering spirits of our ancestors. We discussed strategies, forged alliances, and began to plan the next steps of our rebellion. One evening, seated in the root, hugged embrace of the grove, the air crackling with anticipation, I gathered everyone's attention. For too long, we've cowered beneath the corporate suppression. But we are more, much more, than just rebels. We are the torchbearers of an era untold, an era where truth reigns over tyranny. Today, we will set in motion our next move. I watched their faces imbue with fierce resolve as I continued. The corporates may try to divide us, but we have something they've lost. The heart of the lost, igniting our spirits with hope. We need to stage not just a resistance, but a reclamation, taking back our right to exist in a world free from fear. Ilara's voice rang out. And we must target their communication systems. Sever their connections to the planets under their control. They cannot thrive in darkness without information. The crowd nodded in agreement, their spirits igniting anew, eyes flashing as feasts of firelight flickered in the viridescent sanctum. Thus began the delicate choreography of rebellion. We hit every corporate communication array, severing ties and sowing confusion within their ranks. Over time, whispers of our cause began to echo across the fringes of Erythra 7, illuminating the hidden struggles of others seeking to rise against the corporates. Rumors of our success began to flutter through the air like wildfire, communities long oppressed, those who had felt the weight of steel upon their backs now gravitating towards our cause. Small settlements joined us. Those who had been reluctant found the courage to unite against their oppressors. The transformation was palpable. The strength of our narrative rippled through the atmosphere, awakening spirits dormant for too long beneath the heavy burden of despair. Yet, peace often breeds its own turmoil. In the shadows of our council, the corporate's forces remained ever vigilant. Every success we relished birthed a retaliatory surge against us. As the weeks pressed on, unease spread like weeds through our gatherings. The tides were shifting dangerously. Nightfall painted soft shadows on the democracy we had embraced, a looming threat cast over our newfound hope. ***, they are regrouping, ***. Kai observed one night, his brow furrowed, concern bleeding into his voice. ***, we've crippled their communications, but they have begun deploying reinforcements to each faction. Whispers of discontent echoed through the grove as anxiety spread. The once merged presence of our council now fracturing under the weight of fear. What if we don't hold? What if they sever our victory in the shadows? The specter of doubt bared its teeth, crawling under the skin of our ideals, seeking to undermine our efforts. We can't let fear take root. I cried out, addressing the assembly. One loss shouldn't send us spiraling into isolation. We need to trust in our strength. The very force that connected us, that brought us here, is still alive within us. But my voice echoed hollow, lost against the doubts swirling amid the council. Beneath the fear, tension whipped through the air like an electric shockwave. Lyra, listen, the corporates are knowing our maneuvers. We need to shift to another plan. Take stock again before it's too late. Ilara pleaded, her eyes reflecting the weight of the world. But that's just it, it's a trap. What they're banking on is for us to retreat from the light, to dissolve into the shadows. If we surrender, they've already won. My heart raced as we stood on the precipice of decisive action. This is the time we lean into the storm instead of shift away. A murmur surged through the assembly, flickers of uncertainty beginning to yield to resolve. The embers of rebellion flickered anew. We catch them off guard. Kai added, invigorated by my words. We can break their lines by hitting them when they're least expecting it. And so began the most delicate and unyielding part of our struggle. A fight to seize back our sphere of influence and forge it anew, daring the corporates to confront the unraveling of everything they had worked to preserve. As we rallied for what we knew would be a decisive encounter, I trained my heart and my spirit to rise against the uncertainty swirling around us. We weren't fighting just for survival anymore. We were embracing a renaissance driven by the truth, by the legacy of the lost who had paved the way for us. The gathering at dawn signaled the energy of fresh beginnings. Today, we reclaim what is ours. I announce to the gathered voices, strengthened hearts echoing like a war drum. We stand not just for ourselves, but for every soul yearning to rise against the cruel grip of oppression. The corporates may have power, but we have history, and with it, our shared strength. Every push we make inflates our future. Today, we're not just rebels, our fight is now an awakening. The crowd surged around me, ignited by passion, body language rippling with the promise of what lay ahead. We moved through the streets, resolute and living specters of hope, merging like waterfalls tumbling toward one glorious destiny, a horizon beckoning. As the battle approached, I could almost taste the tension in the air. This time, we wouldn't merely react to their movements. We would seize control of the narrative and carve our space within the annals of Erythra 7 history. With each footfall, the memories of those lost, those who lingered in silence through the years, still echoed in our hearts. The knowledge of our ancestors surged like an unbroken wave beneath the surface, compelling us to step beyond fear and trust in the magic we were forging among ourselves. We were spirits of resilience woven into a tapestry of defiance, ready to blaze a trail through darkness. Because today, we fight not just for today but for tomorrow. And as I found Kai's gaze, his silent promise surged between us, the pulse of our rebellion breathing life anew. Together, we would reach for the dawn. Our moment had come, the ocean of our gathered spirits igniting as one, ready to unleash the bonds that had held us down for far too long. Today, our story would unfold, for brighter tomorrows awaited just beyond the battle, glistening like the sun on the horizon, a testament that united, we could reclaim the world we longed to see. The air crackled with anticipation, thick with the weight of history as the first light of dawn stretched across the horizon of Erythra 7. Beneath the vibrant colors smeared across the sky, the coalition of rebels gathered before me, each face a story, each heart a flicker of hope. Today, we would not shift away from the storm. Today, we would create it. Remember why we're here. I called out, raising my voice to cut through the morning mist. We are the flames of change, the echoes of the lost, and the future of this world. Together, we ignite the fire of rebellion. A fierce roar rose from the assembly, the conviction radiating from them like a tide of energy sweeping through me. I could feel the unyielding spirit of our congregation, a tapestry woven from diverse threads that, when united, became an unbreakable force. We would rise, and today we would fight back against the corporate's fury. With every step toward the corporate's main stronghold, our ranks swelled with determination. News from surrounding factions had begun to sprawl across the lands, our call for unity reverberating like a battle cry through the systems that governed our lives. We were no longer mere whispers in the shadows. We had transformed into an unstoppable surge against oppression. We move at dawn. I instructed, glancing toward Kai, who stood alongside Ilara, the three of us forming the core of our charge. We will hit their resources with unrelenting force. The moment we breach their defensive lines, we expose their weakness to the world. Ilara nodded, the determination dancing in her gaze. They've grown complacent, afraid to confront the whispers of dissent. Today, they'll face the roar of a revolution. With our plan set, we each swung our arms, gathering makeshift weapons strapped at our sides, ready to turn the tide. The excitement was palpable, a gathering storm front, full of hope and electricity. As we advanced toward the stronghold, the terrain shifted. the vibrant landscapes weaving around us with the vibrant colors of Erythra 7, swirling dizzyingly against the stark formality of the steel and glass fortress of the corporate elite. Sentries patrolled the perimeter, their cold eyes scanning the horizon as they assessed the shifting tides before them. Hold steady, Kai whispered, tension creeping into his posture. We meandered through hidden paths, drawing closer to the heart of our enemy, maneuvering with care and precision. We'll strike when the sentries shift. Remember the signal, I replied. The moment we breach, we raise our banners and spread the truth. I felt the rumble of determination fill the space. The power of our earlier victories coursed through me like a healing balm, amplifying my resolve. In the distance, the stronghold loomed taller than life, a monolith of authority, the very root of oppression and despair. When the forked tongues of our destiny met, we would dismantle that power brick by brick. Now. Ilara cried as the sentries turned their backs, and we surged forward. The ground trembled beneath our feet like the world itself holding its breath. And as we ascended toward the stronghold, toward the moment that would ultimately redefine our fate, the tension burst free. We flooded through the gates, weapons drawn, fierce cries reverberating across the air as we descended upon the unsuspecting guards. The engagement was immediate and intense, the first few moments a swirl of chaos as rebel met corporate. As the shout of rebellion rose above the clashing sounds of metal and energy blasts, I could feel the surge of hope laying the groundwork for what could be. This is what we've waited for. I shouted, my voice ripping through the cacophony. I fought alongside Kai, the synchronization of our movements speaking volumes, a rhythm born of familiarity and trust. Across the expanse, soldiers faltered, shocked by the force of our attack, realization setting in that they were not alone. Their grasp of control was slipping. Victory was already muttering at the edges, waiting to embrace us if only we continued to push forward. Press on. I urged my allies, pushing through locked arms of resistance. For every life robbed, for the lost, with each pulse of our fight, we surged deeper into the heart of their fortress, an exoskeleton of steel and glass, the walls reverberating with energy born by righteous anger. Each corridor we cleared grew brighter. Reform began to shimmer near. They're retreating. Kai shouted, exhilaration coursing through him like wildfire. Our combined strength had taken root and was beginning to bleed into the narrative of the day, daring to swarm against the periphery of the shadowed authority. But just as victory felt within grasp, an ominous maroon glowed above, cutting through the flickering light, a siren blaring its warning through the hallway. They're deploying heavy artillery. Ilara shouted, her eyes wide as the threat unfolded above us. We need to move now. My heart raced as I glanced over my shoulder, and the altruistic charge that had fueled us began to shift into unpredictable chaos. The stakes soared as reinforcements to the corporates flooded through the outer wings. Get to the mainframe. I urged, the essence of our knowledge pulling me forward even as the walls caved in behind us. We can expose anything they hide within their systems. We fought furiously against the tide, unrelenting in our pursuit, a roaring wave of resolute energy, driven by the souls we yearned to protect. The pressure mounted as explosive force reverberated, echoes spilling through every inch of space as we maneuvered through the grasp of desperation. I have the coordinates. Kai shouted as we breached the mainframe room, our path illuminated with hope. But the sentries regrouped with fervor, their bloodlust a response to our rebellion, the room thick with disparity and pain. We'll disarm their defenses. I yelled, feeling an electric pulse surge through me as we pressed on together. Together. I lunged toward the terminal, hands slick and trembling against glowing interfaces. The moment I engaged with the command, the energy inside the room crackled high, illuminating our burning purpose. But the corporates had anticipated our arrival. Proximity alarms flared wildly around me. Asterisk asterisk Kai, cover me, asterisk asterisk. I shouted as data streamed across screens, revealing hidden truths and evidence of corruption that permeated their networks. Asterisk asterisk, we don't have much time. Asterisk asterisk. He returned fire, bullet, velocity unrelenting as the doors shuddered against the advancing hostility, a flood of frenetic energy threatening to overwhelm us. Asterisk asterisk, come on, come on. Asterisk asterisk, I urged, fingers flying over the controls in a surge of desperation. Asterisk asterisk, show me the truth. Asterisk asterisk. And then it all shifted. As the screens before me began displaying vital intel, their plans, every calculated move, an explosion reverberated through the corridors, a shockwave of retribution from the corporates rising. Metal splintered, sparks scattered, and I felt the entire room resemble thunder, the very walls shaking in protest when something shifted in my soul. It was in that moment of clarity, amid the chaos, I realized the true power we held. The knowledge held long ago, the history woven into us. A legacy waiting to be unveiled and unleashed upon those who had forever sought to stifle it. Asterisk asterisk, it's now or never. Asterisk asterisk, I yelled almost instinctively, the weight of the fight behind me surging through the hard core of my resolve, coursing through the veins of my allies. Asterisk asterisk, we unleash the truth. Asterisk asterisk, in one simultaneous thrust, I pressed the final key, and the room erupted in blinding light, radiating across Erythra 7 like waves embracing the shore. The truth ignited from deep within the data, memories of the lost, stories of resilience and forgotten light exploding through systems. As the wave rushed forth, I witnessed truth collide with reality. Asterisk asterisk for the lost, for Erythra 7. Asterisk asterisk, we roared together, echoing against the storm of shadow that had hung for too long before us. For a moment, time hung suspended, a tapestry of hope unfurling like the winds sweeping across the valley. But the eye of the storm wouldn't hold, and the confrontation was imminent. Asterisk asterisk, they're hitting us hard. Asterisk asterisk, Ilara shouted, panic flickering through her voice. The corporates, sensing their impending chaos, had established fortified lines against our advance, their artillery nearing our positions. I could feel the surge coursing through me, the breaths of the lost, spurring every ounce of strength we had gathered. Asterisk asterisk, trust in each other, trust in our voices, push through. Asterisk asterisk, the memories of every soul that dared to dream of liberation flowed through me, igniting my spirit even as I pushed against the storm. The tide surged forth, limbs shaking with the sheer force of rebellion's resurgence, and as I joined my allies in the unfolding chaos, we became an unstoppable wave, united and resolute, defiant against the void that had long sought to consume us. Asterisk asterisk, for every soul lost, for every life we reclaim, we shall rise, engage. Asterisk asterisk, the room exploded in light and sound, a cascade of chaos dancing with ordered fervor as we came face with the obstacles that had once restrained us. And as the walls trembled beneath our assault, I could hear the voices of the lost beneath the din, guiding us forth the legacy of courage, fighting back against unwarranted despair. Here within the heart of Erythra 7, we became something larger than ourselves, each clash smashing together dreams we dared to fight for united. We would carve out a future where shadows no longer held sway, a future drenched in the light of what we had finally allowed ourselves to recognize, asterisk asterisk, that we were meant to be free. Asterisk asterisk, time surged onward, moments blurring together as we pressed through the Acridian stronghold. The push against adversity fueled my will, igniting a fire that would refuse to be defined by our past, beginning to redefine what the future could hold. In the midst of twists and turns, frenetic clashes, and calls of fervor for liberation, we stormed ever onward, driven by the embroidered tales of those who had been lost before us, burning brightly against the oppressive chains. Keep moving, every inch is our claim. I shouted, my voice piercing the chaos, pulsing through the rebel tide. At last, we burst through walls filled with shattered dreams, and in the distance, I glimpsed our destination. A view that pulsed with potential. The control room. Kai called out, racing forward. Determination etched into his features. Let's finish this, together. I shouted in reply, my heart racing as hope clashed with the reality of the fight before us. Every hit rattled through the walls surrounding us as we burst into the room, sunlight seeping through shattered windows, illuminating the myriad of screens connected to their operations. In a final explosion of energy, I propelled myself forward, guided by hope, united by strength, ready to reclaim our future, ready to shatter the weight of tyranny with every fiber of my being. For Erythra 7. The battle cry erupted within me, rising above the chaos, echoing with an unyielding force, a flame set to transform darkness into the dawn of our destiny. We were bold. We would rewrite the ending together. Today, we ignited the fire that could never be extinguished, the light of resilience rising to reclaim our narrative. The aftermath of the battle unfolded like a heavy fog over Erythra 7. In the dim glow of dawn, surrounded by weary rebels and the glowing remnants of the corporate stronghold, I felt the distinction between yesterday's fight and today's fragile promise of freedom. The trees still whispered, but now they echoed with questions. Where would we go from here? What would we become? Lyra, over here. Kai's voice pierced through the haze as he scanned the chaos littering the control room. I turned, catching sight of him near the flickering screens we had managed to commandeer, the one, suppressive technology now alive with the stories of our rebellion. But instead of celebration, I saw a grave expression etched across his features. What is it? I rushed toward him, the remnants of adrenaline still rushing through my veins, ready for whatever new threat lay ahead. Look at the data we extracted. Kai pointed to the swirling streams across the screens, an intricate tapestry of numbers and images. My heart sank as I connected the dots. They've been monitoring us, Lyra. Every move we made, they anticipated it. What do you mean? My voice trembled, a sense of unease creeping in. You mean this was all part of their plan? Not just that. They're consolidating their power at their central command, preparing for us. They've activated Protocol Anomaly, a last-ditch effort to regain control, Kai explained, eyes scanning the rapidly accumulating intel. If they succeed, they'll crush the budding alliances we've forged among the factions like dust. The realization hit like a tidal wave. But we have to do something. They can't be allowed to gain the upper hand again. We will, but we need to be smart about it. He replied, his determination solidifying into resolve. We can expose their plans and turn the tide in our favor if we act quickly. This is our chance to unite everyone behind a singular goal. We need to mobilize our forces now. Glancing around at the gathering of rebels, I felt a surge of responsibility swelling within me. We had fought for so much already. We couldn't allow the corporates to crush our dreams again. All right, gather everyone. We need to create a plan to counter Protocol Anomaly. I called out, my voice breaking through the rising murmur. Each rebel turned to me, shame and exhaustion mingling with the determination gleaming in their eyes. Within moments, our coalition formed into a strategic assembly in the heart of the control room, now a makeshift war room, as I addressed my fellow rebels. Listen up. We've taken a huge step forward, but we must forge ahead while the corporates are still reeling from our assault. Protocol Anomaly is a real and dangerous threat, but it also presents us with a unique opportunity to hit them where it hurts. Asterisk, 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 what do you want us to do? Asterisk, asterisk, Zuri chimed in from across the room, her fierce spirit still shining through the fatigue. Asterisk, asterisk, we need to split our forces, and each faction must attack strategic choke points across the corporate command structure simultaneously, I outlined. If we dismantle the core of their command, we can destabilize protocol anomaly before it can fully activate. Asterisk, 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 but what if they're prepared for us? Asterisk, asterisk, a rebel questioned, uncertainty coiling within the room. Asterisk, asterisk, then we need to make them underestimate us. We'll spread misinformation, create distractions. We trade strength for cunning. While they think they're safeguarding their fortress, we'll storm the cracks they overlook. Asterisk, asterisk, the energy buzzed through me, gathering momentum as fervently as the rebels around me rallied behind our mission. The asterisk, asterisk, we will expose everything we've learned, every shadow they've hidden within their walls, and in doing so, we undermine the very foundation they stand upon. They can't function without their network. We'll turn their own tactics against them. Asterisk, asterisk, the collective roar echoed through the control room, determination alight in every chest. Side by side, we began laying plans highlighting objectives, assigning tasks to the respective factions, each positioned to break apart the corporate stronghold. Asterisk, asterisk, this is our time. Asterisk, asterisk, I encouraged, my voice steadying as I focused on the faces around me. Asterisk, asterisk, for the lost, for Erythra 7. Together, we expose their hypocrisy and seize our destiny. Asterisk, asterisk, the following days blurred into a whirlwind of strategy and camaraderie. Communications flowed between factions. Their preparations became palpable, a simmering eagerness hanging in the air. I felt the weight of responsibility lining my spine. If we faltered, the corporates would decimate everything we had worked so hard to forge. As dawn broke once again on the third day of our preparations, I gathered with Kai, Ilara, and Zuri at the edge of the tree line surrounding our makeshift command center. The air hung heavy with determination. We're ready, I asked, seeking assurance in their eyes. Asterisk, asterisk, more than ready, asterisk, asterisk, Ilara replied, her fiery spirit evident. Asterisk, asterisk, we have allies poised at every front, and the corporates will not know what hit them. Asterisk, 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 and the misinformation we spread has taken root. Their network thrums with confusion right now. Asterisk, asterisk, Zuri added, researching our decoy plans, building layers of strategy that sparked a fresh ember of hope within me. Asterisk, asterisk, this time we won't just react. We will redefine their every expectation. Asterisk, asterisk, I replied, determination unwavering. Asterisk, asterisk, it's time to confront them and take back what they have stolen from us. Asterisk, asterisk, with a collective exhale, we separated, each heading toward our assigned positions, hearts pounding with anticipation, the winds of revolution surging through us. The sun dipped low, painting Erythra 7 in a rich tapestry of colors as we converged on the designated choke points. The very ground beneath us whispered to be filled with the urgency and power of our unified resolve. With one glance, I spotted the others' scaling crumbles. We positioned ourselves strategically. Each rebel melded into the fabric of Erythra 7, the shadows intertwining our energies. A dance of riot and hope. Asterisk, asterisk now. Asterisk, asterisk, I screamed, granting the signal. A simultaneous surge of force erupted across the landscape. From every corner, we launched attacks against the exposed points, blasters firing, voices ringing out in empowered chorus. Our rebels flowed like water through the cracks, swift and decisive. And as we collided against the corporate's fortified presence, I could see the pages of history turning, the truths we had unveiled sparkling with the resonance of liberation. Despite our adrenaline class's avalanche of chaos, It became evident the corporates had underestimated us. Their once impregnable command structure started to crumble, each recoil beneath our push revealing the fractures they had tried so desperately to contain. The ***, they can't control their systems without their core. ***, Kai shouted over the growing decibel levels, our paths intertwining as we fought back. Let's drive them away from the mainframe. I shouted, pushing through the tides of uniformed guards. The ***, unify our end goal. Control the breach. ***. From my periphery, I spotted Ilara maneuvering through a section of corporate enforcers, effortlessly dispersing a fracture in their defense. The heart quickened around me as my eyes locked on their command center. The very core of protocol anomaly awaited our assault. The ***, we break through the mainframe. Let's go. ***, I charged forward, adrenaline propelling me toward my goal as Kai and Ilara pressed in behind me, our resolve thickening the air. As we breached into the heart of their command chamber, the sight before me evoked a strange mix of fury and determination. Screens flickering with static, the epitome of our struggles interwoven beneath layers of betrayal. Corporates scrambled in a flurry of perplexity, left scrambling in the wake of our hurricane of chaos. ***, shut it down. ***, I screamed, running towards the central console, fingers tingling with the urgency of our movement. The ***, cover me. ***, Kai shouted, charing toward the guards as Ilara took watch, fierce energy radiating from her as she held the encroaching corporates at bay. Every second flickered by in devastatingly slow motion as I plugged into the terminal, streaming the data cascading before me. A web of poison and betrayal interlinked with the lives we fought to protect. The ***, this is it. ***, I murmured, catching sight of their protocols and strategies, every thread tightening around our people. ***, you can't hold this. ***, one corporate snarled, rushing toward me as I worked. I parried him off, but his presence signified the looming threat. The ***, keep them back. Zuri called out, leaping into the fray, crashing against renewed forces. We can't let them take control. With every flickering heartbeat, I raced further into their intricate network, reaching out to every truth waiting to challenge their authority. As I decoded their dark plans, a heavy charging roar erupted within the core, frustration bleeding into desperation. No, you won't win. An imposing figure loomed closer, the glint of metal signifying some high-ranking corporate disdain. The world imploded as alarms blared warnings illuminating the chamber. We have to move. Kai shouted in the distance. I could feel all the emotions colliding within me as I pressed on, fighting against every pulse of authority. Hold steady. I yelled, the realization washed over me. This was it. This was the awakening we had yearned for, our chance to dismantle their hold. The ***, trust in our strength. We break free together. And in that moment the world took a breath, the intertwining hopes collided. Instead of yielding, we became heavier, defiant, reclaiming ownership over our stories. The ***, can you feel it? I shouted to Zuri and Ilara, fingers stained against the console. This is the narrative that sets us free. We expose their knowledge. Do it. Ilara shouted, fierce determination reflecting in her eyes. Obediently, my fingers danced across the controls, quickly engaging the system's safes. Our rebellion surged, the very landscape around us trembling. The fear unleashed beneath our machine. The light became blinding as secrets flooded the network systems of the corporate stronghold. And just like that, with a pulse of energy, we reclaimed our narrative. For the lost, for Erythra 7. Visions of our past collided with the fabric of determination we brought. Images of liberation clashed against oppressive silhouettes. Each pulse shot through me, emanating warmth that shattered necessary walls built on fervor, a grace beneath the chaos surrounding us. Asterisk asterisk break free. Asterisk asterisk I pushed, determination erupting like flames in dry timber, every ounce of pain woven into my being pulled me to steer the tide. The monitors flickered, sparks discharging an illuminating stream, a cascade washing through the screens displaying their downfall, their hold slipping through their fingers as we united beneath the rebirth of history. And as their control faltered, I caught sight of the faces around me, gratitude painted against our struggles, fleeting clouds blossoming into sunlight. Rising within the turmoil, the palpable sense of freedom ignited. We had become something unstoppable, a celestial force reclaiming the grace of our stories, undeterred by the shadows surrounding us. With each pulse of our allied spirits weaving into the fabric of possibility, the control center echoed our charged vibrations, massaged the air with waves of retribution, exposing everything hidden far too long. The dawn of a new era unfurled like petals churning against oppression. Through chaos and resilience, we had transcended, weaving ourselves into a promise of what lay ahead: freedom from the corporate chains, unity across the remnants of the lost, and the awakening of Erythra 7. Asterisk asterisk together. Asterisk asterisk I called one last time, renewed hope flickering as we seized control, stepping into the embrace of light, our hearts echoing with the undeniable truth. Asterisk asterisk we would rise once more. Asterisk asterisk with the blinding pulse of light cascading through the control room, the flickering screens transformed from images of corporate dominance into a gallery of resistance. Faces of the lost, the cries of rebellion, and the blooming spirit of Erythra 7 weaving together like a vibrant tapestry. It was more than just data. It was our manifesto, our lifeblood, and the embodiment of every struggle we had endured. Asterisk asterisk we are the resistance. Asterisk asterisk I shouted, feeling the surge of hope resonate across the room as the displays pulsed with energy, illuminating the faces of my comrades. Each heart swelling with the exhilaration of having reclaimed our voice from the depths of oppression. The corporates had anticipated our fight, but they had grossly underestimated our resolve. Kai, riding the waves of adrenaline, surged beside me, eyes aflame with the spirit of rebellion. The asterisk asterisk look, there in disarray, asterisk asterisk. He pointed toward the screens where we could see the panic spreading among corporate forces. They had expected us to falter, to back down, but instead they were witnessing their narrative unraveling. Asterisk asterisk this is our moment. Asterisk asterisk I shouted. Asterisk asterisk we expose their truths and dismantle their power from the inside out. Asterisk asterisk as if ignited by a common fire, we sprang into action, coordinating with our factions amid the swirling tide of chaos. The control room became a vibrant hub of purpose, each rebel linking their hopes, their dreams, their histories into this final stand. One by one, we established connections to dissident channels, through hidden networks and encrypted signals, broadcasting every piece of evidence we had uncovered. For too long, the corporates had silenced us. They had deemed us unworthy of our own stories. But the threads of fate wove around us, creating a path leading to liberation. Asterisk asterisk this goes beyond mere victory. This is about reclaiming lives. Asterisk asterisk Ilara shouted, her voice a clarion call. She worked swiftly, her fingers dancing across interface panels, projecting streams of data into the network. The glow from the screens cast determined shadows across her resolute features. Asterisk asterisk we need to bring those living in the dark into the light. Asterisk asterisk with every click and command, we fortified our assault. The images pouring forth from our efforts painted a vivid picture. Testimonies of lives lost, families shattered, cities strangled under corporate thumb. The data surged like a tidal wave, clamoring for justice, culminating in a visceral connection that transcended the screen, a rallying point for everyone who had felt the weight of oppression. As success morphed the chaos into an energy we could harness, Our connection reached beyond Erythra 7, sending ripples across neighboring districts, igniting voices of dissent from all corners. Asterisk asterisk, they're responding. Asterisk asterisk, Zuri shouted, her eyes alight with the glow of shared rebellion, watching as allies began to react, mobilizing the cries for justice ascending through all layers of society. Pushing forward amid the nascent democracy of our movements, I felt the spirits of the lost surround us, remnants of their battles coursing through me. Asterisk asterisk, for every soul that's fallen, we stand united. Asterisk asterisk, I rallied, feeling their strength envelop us like a protective blanket. Asterisk asterisk, you think we can drown out the corporate's voices? They'll retaliate. Asterisk asterisk, a rebel shouted from the fringes of our control room. Doubt hung in the air, but I could see the tides shifting as trust grew stronger, forming an unbreakable bond among us. Asterisk asterisk, let them come. We won't be silenced. It's time we show them that we are no longer their pawns. Asterisk asterisk, I shouted. The sense of collective empowerment surged as one by one, the rebels readied themselves, ready to carry our message forth. Asterisk asterisk, our voices are our weapons. We fight not only for ourselves, but for every life they've crushed. Asterisk asterisk, with renewed resolve, we pooled our energy, synchronizing our data streams. Each output became a chronicle of our fight, a history that would echo across Erythra 7 forevermore. Asterisk asterisk, this is our legacy. Let it be marked as the moment we claimed our fate, our home. Asterisk asterisk, another pulse rippled through the control room as the visuals cascaded across our screens, connecting nearly everyone who had felt our plight. Families now emboldened in their shared struggle. Then came a crackling voice over the comms systems, devoid of authority but tinged with desperation. Asterisk asterisk, corporate headquarters. Asterisk asterisk, must have realized their stronghold was disintegrating before their eyes. Asterisk asterisk, urgent protocols activated. We are sealing sectors. All teams mobilize, lock them down, halting asset transfer protocol. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk, not on our watch. Asterisk asterisk, Ilara shouted. Asterisk asterisk, let's push across their lines. We need to sever their access before they fall back. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk, everyone let's move. Asterisk asterisk, I spearheaded the charge, racing toward the hallway connecting us to the remaining sections of the headquarters, the air thick with anticipation, the kind that promised both danger and triumph. With blasters drawn and shields raised, we pushed deeper into the heart of their command. Walls shimmered with the pulse of our defiance, body and spirit bleeding together as we rushed toward the culminating confrontation that could seal our fate. The hallowed ground trembled as corporate guards closed in on us, weapons raised. With every clash, every shot fired, energies entwined, harmonizing our resistance, each reveling in the exhilaration of reclaiming our voices against the onslaught of power. When we breached the last of their defenses and burst into the command control center, our energies flared the room, brimming with anxiety as corporates busied themselves scrambling. Those who had once held dominion realizing their peril as they witnessed our unyielding advance. Asterisk asterisk, this is your final stand. Asterisk asterisk, I shouted defiantly, staring down the CEOs who had long toyed with the lives of my people. Your reign ends here in the light of our resolve. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk, you foolish rebels, you believe you've won. Asterisk asterisk, one of them screeched, his voice a mixture of disbelief and anger. Asterisk asterisk, we will erase your kind. You belong in chains. Asterisk asterisk, asterisk asterisk, chains can't hold spirits. Asterisk asterisk, Kai yelled as he charged past me, followed by Ilara and Zuri, a flow of conviction taking form as defiance surged within the energy that pulsed around us. As their guards retaliated, desperate and furious, we struck back with everything we had left. Energies melded, united by the cries of both history and vision. Convictions reborn in the fires of our union. We would not falter. Asterisk asterisk now, tear down their legacy. Asterisk asterisk, I cried, focusing on the screens illuminating the command center, day, flowing like rivulets of potential downstream. Asterisk asterisk, we unravel their truth, expose their lies. Asterisk asterisk, every keystroke resonated with newfound possibility. Every flicker transformed into a beacon of hope. Asterisk asterisk, all records must be public. Your tyranny will not thrive in secrecy. Asterisk asterisk, as the alarms blared around us, the corporates struggled, awareness creeping into the very last remnants of their control. Our voices rang out as we released data streams onto the main monitors of the headquarters, exposing every injustice, shattering every illusion they posed to maintain. Lifeblood coursed through the display, tales of anguish intermingled with uplifting spirits, and a juxtaposition of strife and rebirth ignited within our rebellion. A splintered but steadfast river coalescing until we were united in purpose. Asterisk asterisk, look around. This is the inflection point. Asterisk asterisk, I roared, turning every eye toward the action on the monitor as images lit up. A collective narrative rising from the ashes of darkness. Asterisk asterisk, they've been lying to you. They've profited off your despair, and today we expose their secret. Asterisk asterisk, and in that moment of revelation, the command center quaked under the weight of their failure, their grasp over us diminishing as the screen paled and became the beacon of reckoning. Asterisk asterisk, we rise now, and nothing can stop us. Asterisk asterisk, the very walls around us echoed the truth. The confessions bore witness in real time. In an explosive crescendo, the tides began to shift. Faces surrounded me. My comrades and allies brought forth into the light, their resolve ironclad, emboldened by the very stories we had revealed, buoyed by the knowledge that we could change our trajectory. With one furious charge, we broke through the last of their defenses, claiming the center. The corporates scrambled in desperation, but the momentum coursing through us was unstoppable. Articles swelled like wildfire, cries of rage resonated, and the specter of a new dawn began to bloom, meaning each shout became an echoing anthem of our triumph. Asterisk asterisk, today we redefine our story. Asterisk asterisk, I implored, my voice ringing through the cacophony, electricity igniting in our hearts, spiraling through the air like tendrils of flame. In the heart of chaos, as the corporates fell one by one, with every pulse of our command center, I caught sight of distant flames. Fires igniting in the hearts of rebels rising across Erythra 7. We moved, a torrent of unity cascading forward, reclaiming a future birthed in history, a sea of movements inspired by our courage, bending the very landscape we had fought for into something new. We could rise anew, our stories birthed from ashes and crowned by truth. No longer defined by the shadows of our past, we moved forward toward the upheaval of creation, toward the horizon dappling in sunrise. Asterisk asterisk, for the lost. Asterisk asterisk, I shouted one final time as the echoes surged. A promise imbued with every heartbeat. We were a legion, an indomitable spirit, the resurgence rising from the ashes, rebirthed within the light. Asterisk asterisk, today we reclaim what is ours. Asterisk asterisk, and with that we stepped into our future. Unfettered, alive and alight, fully ignited. This was only the beginning of a legacy forged in truth, love, and unyielding unity. Erythra 7 pulsed beneath our feet, ready and waiting for the dreams yet to be realized, expanding ever wider as it embraced our vibrant, collective roar.